Hello and welcome. So today we are going to continue with the series of the advanced vocabulary. And for today's topic, we are starting with the business. So these words are important while you are trying to speak or write about businesses. So let's start. And before we start, don't forget to like the video if you like it. So here, how to get the most out of these videos, you need to listen and repeat the words after me. This is a passive listening, so it means that there is no need to be fully focused on the screen. You can listen while you're driving, at the gym, or even just chilling. So let's start. Now we'll start with the first word, credit. Credit. It's a noun or a verb. It means money you can borrow now and pay later. So again, it means that this is money that you can borrow now and pay back later. Here are some examples. Many students use credit to pay for their education. Banks offer credit to small businesses. He bought the phone on credit, not cash. Good credit helps you get loans easily. So, do you pay immediately when you use credit? Of course not. Is credit usually borrowed money? Well, yes. Let's go for the second word. Demand for employees. Demand for employees. It's a noun phrase. It means how much companies need or want workers. How much companies need or want workers. For example, there is high demand for employees in the tech sector. During holidays, the demand for employees increases. Low demand means fewer job opportunities. Healthcare has a growing demand for employees. So, does high demand mean many job openings? Of course, yes. Is demand about workers wanting jobs? Of course not. Let's go for the next word. Expenditures. Expenditures. Well, it's a noun. What does it mean? The money that is spent, especially by governments or companies. So this is the money that is spent, especially by governments or companies. For example, government expenditures increased this year. Education is a major expenditure for families. The company reduced unnecessary expenditures. Military expenditures is very high in some countries. So, is expenditure money saved? Is expenditure money saved? No. Is it money spent? Well, yes. Let's go for the next word. Exports. Exports. It's a noun, plural. It means goods a country sells to other countries. So, goods a country sells to other countries. Some examples. Oil is one of the country's main exports. Strong exports help the economy grow. The company increased its agricultural exports. Weak exports can hurt national income. So, do exports go into the country or out of the country? Out, of course. Are exports sold locally only? Of course not. Let's go for the next one. Lending. 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 It's a noun or a verb plus ing. It means The act of giving money to someone with the expectation of repayment. So it's the act of giving money to someone with the expectation of repayment. Examples: banks focus on lending to small businesses. Strict rules reduced lending during the crisis. Online lending has become popular. The bank stopped lending money to risky clients. So, is lending the money as borrowing? Of course not. Do you expect the money back when you lend? Yes, of course. Let's go for the next word. Loss. Loss. It's a noun. Well, it means when you lose money, not make profit. So, for examples, the company reported a huge loss last year. Businesses suffered heavy losses during the pandemic. Fire caused a financial loss. The shop closed after continuous loss. So, is a loss a positive result? Of course not. Does loss mean money decreases? Of course, yes. Let's go for the next word. Net. 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 It's an adjective. It means the final amount after all the cost and the deduction. So this is the final amount after all cost and deduction. For example, his net income is lower than his salary. Net profit increased after reducing expenses. She earns £100,000 net per month. Always calculate net results, not gross. So, is net before expenses? Of course not. Is net the final real amount? Yes, of course. Let's go for the next word. Private. 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 It's an adjective. It means owned by individual or companies, not the government. So it means owned by individuals or companies, not the government. For example, he works in a private company. He works in a private company. Private schools are usually more expensive. Private schools are usually more expensive. The hospital is private, not public. Many services move to the private sector. Many services move to the private sector. So, is private owned by government? Of course not. Is private owned by people or companies? Of course, yes. Let's go for the next one. Next word is recession. 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 It's a noun. It means a period when the economy is weak and people spend less. So this is a period when the economy is weak and people spend less. For example, the country entered a recession. The country entered a recession. Many people lost jobs during the recession. Recession affects small businesses badly. Governments try to avoid recession. So, does it mean a time of economic growth? Of course not. Does it mean spending usually decrease in a recession? Of course, yes. Let's go for the next one. Retail, retail, retail. It's a noun or an adjective. Well, it means the sales of goods directly to customers. The sales of goods directly to customers. For example, she works in retail sales. She works in retail sales. The retail sector suffered during lockdowns. The retail sector suffered from lockdowns. Online retail is growing fast. Online retail is growing fast. Prices are higher at the retail level. Prices are higher at the retail level. Let's go for the next one. Shop floor. Shop floor. It's a noun phrase. Well, it means the area where actual work is done, especially in factories or stores. This is the shop floor. For example, managers talked to workers on the shop floor. Problems started on the shop floor. He gained experience working on the shop floor. Decisions should consider the shop floor reality. So, is the shop floor an office? Of course not. Is it where workers do practical work? Of course, yes. Let's go for the next one. State-owned industries. State-owned industries. It's a noun phrase. And it means that industries owned and controlled by the government. So these are industries that's owned and controlled by the government. For example, energy is run by state-owned industries. Many countries privatized state-owned industries. These industries employ thousands of workers. State-owned industries often receive government support. Next one, take on. Take on. It's a phrasal verb. It means to employ or accept someone for a job. To employ or accept someone for a job. For example, the company will take on new staff. The company will take on new staff. They decided to take on more workers. They decided to take on more workers. Shops take on students during summer. Shops take on students during summer. She was taken on as a trainee. She was taken on as a trainee. So, does take on mean fire workers? Of course not. Does it mean to employ someone? Of course, yes. Next one, unskilled laborers. Unskilled laborers. Well, it's a noun phrase, and it means workers who do not need special training or qualifications. Well, it means workers who do not need special training or qualifications. For example, construction needs many unskilled laborers. Unskilled laborers earn lower wages. Farms hire unskilled laborers seasonally. So, does it mean it need high qualification? Of course not. Do they usually do manual work? Of course, yes. Next one is white collars. White collars. It's an adjective. What it means, jobs done in offices, not physical work. For example, he has a white collar job in finance. White collar workers usually work at desks. The city offers many white collars opportunities. Technology created more white collar jobs. Okay, guys, thank you. That's it for this video. Stay tuned for the upcoming videos.